So how many of you out there invest in stocks, bonds, or 401k, and you probably feel pretty good about it, like you're doing the right thing, right? Well, my next guest says if your investments were a table, they'd be standing on only one leg. Jason VanClef has written this book. It's a great book. It's called The Wealth Code, How the Rich Stay Rich in Good Times and Bad. In it, he shows you how to invest using a diverse legs on the table approach that can make you wealthier. Good morning to you, Jason. Good to have you with us.
Good morning.
I think when I said can make you wealthier, everybody's ears kind of perked up because we all love that. Why did you write the book?
Danielle, working as an advisor and seeing literally thousands of investor portfolios come across my desk, I started seeing a reoccurring theme, and that was that the very wealthy tended to focus their money in ideas that would prosper no matter what direction the economy went. Things that were cash flowing, things that would put checks in the mail. And so I started to do a lot of homework on that and research, and we really changed our firm, and I wrote this book to be based on this concept of using many ideas that put a check, again, in the mailbox.
Yeah, that's tangible.
Yep.
Right? It's something that people can say, yeah, this is tangible, I'm getting this check every month. But here's the thing that you also say is that you say a lot of the information that we're fed from the financial media is misrepresenting. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, we're told over and over again that stocks and bonds are the best investment, or interest rates are very low at the bank because there's no inflation. I like to talk about inflation a lot because I think it's really a manipulated commodity or a value. Take the official figure, 1.5%. The government says that prices are barely raising anything, but we feel it. We feel it at the gas pump. We see the packaging at the store get smaller and smaller, even though the price stays the same.
Yeah, my ice cream has gotten smaller lately.
We used to get a gallon, now we get a thimble. They do this for the purpose of not showing true cost of living increases. And I mean, one of my favorite ways that they manipulate the data is called the hedonic adjustment, or the hedonistic pleasure adjustment. And
that doesn't jive.
Yeah, you're wondering, where does this have anything to do with the government?
Right.
Here's an example.
Okay.
Alan Greenspan in 1994 argued that if you have a washing machine for $100 and it breaks, and then you buy the exact same washing machine the next year, and now it's $120. For you and I, that's 20% inflation, but the government says we enjoy that washing machine so much more, at least by 20%, there's no inflation. The reality is real inflation is over 7 to 8%. If we're not keeping up with that with our investments, we're going backwards. We're losing purchasing power.
Well, you talked about the legs on the table approach, but here's the thing with that. I mean, what's wrong with stocks, bonds, the 401k? Because that does sound like a lot of legs to me.
Yeah, we're told that. Almost ad nauseum we're told this. And the reality is stocks, bonds, mutual funds, variable annuities, they're really one asset class or one-legged table.
Okay.
And a year like 2008 rolls around and it breaks the leg, your table collapsed. My firm's philosophy has always been you want to put as many legs on the table as possible, things like real estate, oil, bullion, rare coins, art, all kinds of different ideas and concepts. More legs the better. When one leg breaks, your table's secure. Right.
This is something that you say the wealthy do. So my question to you is, are the wealthy really smarter than the rest of us, or do they just have access to more stuff, in quotations? And how do we get that access, Jason? How do we, the average person, participate in the game?
You know what? I tend to feel they just have better access. They say knowledge is power.
Sure.
The whole reason I wrote this book was to teach people what these different ideas are, inform them what they are, because then you get to have better access to the knowledge, and you can find an advisor who can understand those concepts and work with.
You know, it's interesting because something just struck very quickly is the fact that women are the CEOs of our households. I mean, we make the majority of the purchasing decisions, so this is information that I think is crucial for us as women who are running households. Did you write this book as a kind of a warning to people?
You know what, I wrote it as a warning, and like you said, you are the CFOs of the family, the directors of the budget. Watching a stock go up or down doesn't really help anything to pay the milk or pay the rent. We've been guiding clients with our firm since early 2007 that we're in an economic hurricane, and the first wall of the hurricane was 2008. The eye of the storm was 2009 and 10, and the second wall, the worst wall, unfortunately, is 2011, 12, and 13.
Still to come.
Yeah, so I wrote this as a way for people to understand what these tools are, what these different investment concepts are, to better prepare for the second wall and really any bad economic cycle, and more importantly, to prosper.
And again, the book is called The Wealth Code, How the Rich Stay Rich in Good Times and in Bad. For more information on Jason or the book, please visit the website, thewealthcode.com.